So last week, Abigail talked about all the negative communication styles. This week, we really want to talk about the positive communication style. Positive's good, right?
We need more positive.
We do. And so we're going to focus on assertive communication. Assertive communication, for most people, is a learned communication style because, again, that sin cycle, the negatives are what we kind of inherently go to. So to assertively communicate is really going to help you not only in your relationship with your spouse, but in actually every relationship you have.
Absolutely. And before you get ready to speak to somebody assertively, we really encourage you to take some time to do what we call the 3 Ps. And that is to pause, process, and plan. So by pausing, you're taking some time to reflect on and maybe pray about, why am I feeling this way? What am I feeling? What's going on with me? And taking that time, especially if you're upset, is really important to calming your emotions down. Then you can process through. Why do I feel this way? Was it something that I did? Is it some circumstance? Is it something my spouse did? And in processing through that, you're trying to identify if this is something that you will plan to talk about or not. Now, sometimes when I start to do the 3 Ps, I pause, I pray about it, I take a deep breath, and then I start processing through and I think, I'm just really irritable today. And this actually has nothing to do with Scott. And I just need some
I love it when you come to that.
Which, that was once this year.
That one time, yes.
That one time. And so then you don't even end up talking to your spouse because you recognize that there's something else at play here and it's not even really them. And that's better than spouting off, oh, why do you do that? I'm so aggravated with you. And it's not even really them that you're aggravated with. If you realize that there is some legitimate issue that you want to move forward and speak assertively about, that's when you do the 3rd step of the 3 Ps, which is to make a plan. And that plan is going to be a formula that we recommend that you use that allows you to communicate in an assertive, non-defensive way using an I sentence, that I statement that you might have learned in counseling, in order to communicate how you feel.
And so you've gone to God through prayer. Right? Now you want to see how you can help your brother or sister in Christ through this versus trying to explain to your spouse why they're wrong. Instead, we want to, again, approach it from a servant standpoint. And so that's what this plan is all about. So as you look in your workbook, you can see the plan starts first with sharing a feeling. Now you may go, oh, I don't want to share my feelings. It's really important to be able to share your feelings, but yet we find that most people don't have that many feelings they can share.
We're kind of lame at that.
We really are. It's like
I'm
cavemen.
mad.
I'm mad. Me bad. Me sad.
Me sad.
And so we've included what we call a feeling tree to help you process through what you're actually feeling. And so I kind of use what we call the vision test for this. If you think of going to the eye doctor and they say, is this better or is this better? Is this better or is this better? I would do the same thing with the feelings as you're processing and making this plan. Am I exasperated or am I irritated? Okay, I'm more exasperated or I'm more irritated. And that's going to help you versus I'm mad or I'm angry. Because those are such broadly used feelings in our society, it doesn't give you very much to go on. More importantly, it doesn't give your spouse much to go on. But if I go and say, hey, I'm feeling irritated, that's going to be a whole different thing of, hey, I'm feeling exasperated.
Also, these words allow you to get very specific. I can think of a circumstance where I might have been angry, but then when I really thought about it, the root was that I was embarrassed. And that's a very different word and a very specific word for Scott to understand what's going on with me. In this issue, I was embarrassed or I felt betrayed. Those are more powerful and more specific words than just angry.
And you start with this because that gets your spouse's attention. It lets them know, oh, I don't want you to feel embarrassed. What happened? And then you're going to go to a positive about them and the situation. Now, I know you're going, I'm angry. Why would I share a positive? Well, one, don't be in the moment because you've now paused and processed. So hopefully you're going to talk about what you've been feeling, but you're not in that moment right now. If you can't think of a positive, there's probably you're not ready to talk about it. But the other benefit of a positive is it diffuses what you're about to say a little bit because you need to do that. Otherwise, people get defensive. And so you don't want to be manipulative because we don't manipulate our brother and sister in Christ. We care for them. And so what you want to instead do is say, okay, when has this person done this well? Or when have they been sweet about this? Or whatever it might be. And we'll give you an example here at the end. And then you get to the actual issue. So you may even restate your feeling. So I'm feeling embarrassed. I appreciate this. I feel embarrassed when you do this. Now there's a you in there, but it's about me. This whole thing is about me and what I'm feeling and why. And so the situation then is very specific. What is it that happened? Not a whole broad list of things, but instead one thing. This is why I'm feeling embarrassed right here. And then the hardest part, I want to find the time to talk about it. You're not going to state have a whole conversation right now. Now, for our more reserved people and our personalities that we talked about, this is huge because it gives them a chance to go back and do their 3 Ps. And they may come back and go, you know what, you're right. But you need to give them that opportunity. But you've also maybe been thinking about this and they had no idea. So for you to start attacking right then and there, one, it's an attack. And second, they're not prepared. And so you have unlevel ground. And so this plan helps you to level out that ground again. Mm-hmm. So you have a feeling, you have a positive about the person and situation. You have the actual issue with an I statement in there. And then you're going to find the time to talk about it. And those are the 4 pieces of our formula that are really key in helping you. Now these are training wheels. You over time will get good at doing this if you implement it. And you're going to have some move to action time to do that. And then over time, not this week, but over the course of several months, you might actually start to morph a little bit that'll sound more like your words. Mm-hmm. We know this isn't going to sound like you. It's foreign. It's that way on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Now, just give a quick example. For example, I could say to Scott, I feel isolated. While I appreciate how hard you're working and the things you're getting accomplished, I really struggle because I'm not seeing you enough and I feel alone with the kids and with the responsibilities around the house. I'd like to find some time to talk about it.
In the next video, we're going to tell you how to respond.